Hey, what's up everyone and welcome to my tutorial video. In today's video I'm going to show you how can you create a texture effect in Adobe Photoshop right from the scratch. So you can see I've got only 4 layers in my layers panel, so meaning that this texture is very easy to create and can be done even if you are only a beginner in Photoshop, right? So you can see we have a gradient, we have an layer which we have applied some filters to, then we have some brush strokes, and then I have a simple gradient, and you combine all of them together to get this awesome effect. I'm gonna press Ctrl N for creating a new document, and in today's video I'm gonna use a special brush, alright, which you can, which is not by default there in Photoshop. So the download link for that brush is gonna be in the description. You can feel free to download it and follow along, alright. So press Ctrl N for creating a new document. Press OK. That's great. Remove the background lock by holding on the Alt key and doing a double click. That makes the lock go away. Press the G key, people, on your keyboard for going to the gradient tool. And right now it depends on what kind of a color theme you want for your gradient. Meaning you can see right now I chose kind of like an orange black kind of a color theme. Now it depends on what you like and what kind of texture you want to create. Alright, so that being said, click on this gradient editor, and that's going to open the gradient editor dialog box. Just let this, by default I'm right now in the black and white gradient. Do a double click on the black swatch and take it all the way down, and now on this white swatch you can select whichever color you want. If you want a red, if you want a purple, depends on what you want, right? I'm gonna go for that yellow orange color that I had over there. Once you think that you have it, click OK and get out of it. Now place your mouse somewhere in the center of the canvas, alright, and then click and drag outside. Now hold on the shift key for maintaining the proportions, and you'll have a straight line. That ensures that you are creating a good vignette effect. And in the gradient tool, people, I have changed my my gradient mode from linear to radial, right? So if you are experiencing something else, like some other kind of colors coming on in a different way, so just make sure that it's in the radial mode, right? Now select this layer 0, press Ctrl J for make a duplicate of it, go to filter and go to filter gallery. Now by default the filter gallery always remembers which were the last effects applied by you, but I'm just gonna show you how exactly did I get this effect. The first thing what you're gonna be needing is a texture. So go down to your textures gallery, right, or your textures section of your gallery, and select the texture. Now if you want to play around with the settings, feel free, people, but I'm just gonna go for the default. Select the texture and create a new one. So we have a duplicated texture, and the second texture, the texturized layer that we have created right now, is gonna get changed to ocean ripple. So go down to your distort and go to ocean ripple, and once again if you want to play the settings, feel free, but I'm gonna go for the default ones. Once again I'm gonna click the ocean ripple, I'm gonna create a new layer, and we're gonna change that to, say, the halftone. So we have to go in sketch and halftone pattern. Now as soon as I click on it, you'll see that it really gets a good interesting effect. But I would like to change the size of this just a little bit, say somewhere to 2. The contrast I would like to add, say, somewhere to 10. Once you are happy with the results, click OK, and you'll see that the effect has been applied. Now just so you have some mobility and some room to move around, what I suggest you to do is select your layer, the one which we applied the filters to. Select the layer and press Ctrl T, and then just stretch it out, so we basically get this effect. And if you want to position it, it's on you. If you want some dark corners to be there in your image, that's totally on you. And once you are happy, press enter, and that's going to be good. Now create a new layer, and if you remember, I told you to download a brush. The link is going to be in the description. So I'm going to show you how exactly do you install it in your Photoshop. So go press the B key on your keyboard for selecting brush tool, and go over here to the brush selection dialog box. On the right hand side there's going to be this settings button. Click on it, and you have to click on load brushes. Now this gives you a dialog box asking you where have you located those brushes. Okay, so download it and extract the file, then select the brushes from this dialog box. So now I'm going to select the wall effects right now, and that gives me a good nice range of different brushes that I can use, right? Awesome. And the download link once again is going to be in the description. Now the main idea of how this effect works is that you have to make your brush big enough that it covers the whole canvas. So you can see this brush is somewhere like say 1640. The size is really big. So yeah, that is the whole idea. Now just click one time and then click once again for adding some new different effects. If you do not like this effect, then you can just take it and delete your layer, and your other changes are gonna be saved and preserved. So create a new layer, go to brush, and then you can play around with different brushes also, because there are lots of brushes actually in that effect. And I'm gonna take this one 183. I'm gonna make it big once again. I'm gonna just make it real fast, something like that. Okay, I think that looks good to me. I'm going to select it. I'm going to change the blending mode of this layer to overlay, and then I'm going to go to the filtered layer. I'm going to change it to soft light. So you can see this, we're really getting this new sorry, so we're getting this different effect. I'm sorry. Whoa. And once again, if you feel that there is something wrong, you can always delete the layer, and then you can create a new layer. There's a B key, and then click on and repeat the whole thing, right? So this looks good. Change it to overlay. You can even go around messing with the different blending modes to get some different effects. So say soft light over here looks good to me, and then I'll change this to overlay. Let's see how does that work. Oh, that too is good. And yeah, so you can create the whole thing, and I probably spent some more time in this thing, guys, so therefore I got this effect. And people, I'm not so sure which brush preset I used, whether it was my cracks effects or whether it's my wall effects. I'm going to be uploading both of these, so you have lots of room and lots of brushes actually to play around with and create something absolutely new and different. And then in the end, I have done all I have done is I have added a gradient fill. So once again, click on the G button on your keyboard and go to gradient editor, and this time I'm going to select this black and white default one, and then I'm going to draw a linear gradient. Okay, so right now if your mode has been changed to radial, change it back to the first one over here in the properties bar to the linear gradient, and then you can just draw a straight line from up to down for getting this effect. But what we right now want is we want the white to be down, so I'm gonna undo it and I'm gonna draw it from the bottom to up, and awesome, there we have it. Now I'm gonna change the blending mode once again of this layer to overlay, and if it doesn't work for you, then of course try to play with the different blending modes, and I'm pretty sure one of them will definitely work. So, and then of course if you don't like it still, and if you think it's a little too intense, then you can of course zoom it out, or you can reduce the opacity of a specific layer. You can see this, that looks good. So that's how I created this texture effect in Adobe Photoshop. If you spend some more time in it, guys, you will see that you will get better results than me, right? And thank you for joining me on this video, people. Please like this video on YouTube, and please show me some support by liking my Facebook page. The link is gonna be in the description, and please subscribe to this channel, people. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you.